Well, we're back at home again against Copenhagen, and I think this is the last Conference League match for us, so we'll see what we can do. That 1-0 loss against PSV is kind of what's knocked us out here, and Copenhagen is not exactly having the best of times. They're not in great form. Of course, we've also been in poor form. It'd be nice to get a victory here. Victory here would mean that we could finish as high as third, and that would be at least somewhat respectable. But we've already upset our 34-year-old goalkeeper Giekowicz, who's going to be leaving. Can't remember which team he's going to, but somebody went in for him and is paying us some certain amount of money for him, and so it is. I don't think he's going to play first-team football again, honestly. Here comes Blondel in the back, lumps this forward to Demirovic. It ends up with Garnacho somehow, and he almost had nothing but net in front of him. Man, that was pretty impressive. So 20 seconds into this match, and we had this sort of chance. And, I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. After this match, we have one more match before the big World Cup break. Remember, this is 2022. It's because we're in FM23. Demirovic was brought down. There was no call. And there's Elvis back for River Reese, but Elvis was offside. So we've come out of the gates sort of flying. There's a new face that we have out there. Kwon Jun is a defensive midfielder. I just found the fastest one I could find in the game. If you look into the pregame editor, he looks faster than he really is. He ends up with 15 pace and 14 acceleration, but it's still very good for the position. And he's like 39 years old or something like that. So we're going to see how he does. He's not consistent. I don't really care. His other stats are atrocious, but it's a little bit of an experiment to see if he can play well despite being poor in like every other aspect of the game other than his speed. The other thing we'll see with him is how quickly he declines. The reason why is because he's already declined in terms of speed, and we'll see how much he deteriorates as he grows older and older. So we'll see what happens. We're about 10 minutes into this, still no score. And we've prevented them from scoring a goal again. You know, this is on paper a meaningless match, but for the team it's really not. We want to see a victory if we can, because it would be great for morale. Mercutio here on the other side, and I'm not sure about his ability to make decisions. That's not the first time that we've seen him do that sort of thing, where he's had the ball and has been open with all sorts of space around him, and then he just sort of flubs up a shot for no reason. Lubick in goal, who's one of our younger keepers, makes the save. He's not going to get a lot of first-team action. We're just trying to get everybody into the game who hasn't really had much of a role yet, and see how they do. And Hahn comes away with this. Speaking of another Augsburg player that hasn't seen that much performance. He did play in the last match, though. It was a substitute. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Silva throws in over to Reese. Reese back to Silva. Silva, I think it's his first start, and there's a ball forward looking for Demirovic, who can't find it. And this is lumped backwards. Is going to not be one in the back, and now Silva with the tackle to save things for the time being. Lubick with a good save. But they have an attack again. And Elvis heads that one back to Lubick, and so works out for the time being. Still no score. Silva with the throw. River Reese back to Silva. Forward for Reese, look at this. Garnacho with his first goal of the season. And so we do it. I mean, this is not the A team, definitely, but River Reese is one heck of a player, man. What a great movement that was. Reese had it, passed it to Silva, and Silva finds him again all the way over there. And look at this pass. It's just beautiful, and Garnacho is in the right place at the right time, and he scores a goal. And there's not much that Copenhagen can do about it, and there's a lot of sort of what might have been that the fans are going to ask. If we could have had a draw with PSV, this would have been a much different match and would have meant a lot more for the team. Like I said, I mean, a third-place finish, if we could do that here in this group, would not be too poor in the end, especially when you consider that PSV beat us 5-0 when they were starting Ronaldo. So we'll see what we can do if we can hold on here. It's also important to ensure that we continue to have fans. That's the other thing we have to worry about. On, forward for Reese. And he couldn't get to it. Garnacho to Elvis. Kwon Jun over to Marcucci. I think it was Kwon Jun's first touch. There's Garnacho again, and he was not fouled, so that'll be another corner for us. Elvis will take this. And looking again for, it was Blondel he was looking for there in the back. Blondel was injured recently, and he's not fully match fit, which is part of the reason why he's not playing so well. As you know, it's been a lot of problems there in the back. Silva is able to deflect this out, so it'll be another corner. And, well, we got fortunate on that one. Nielsen was in a great position, really should have scored. Pressed over to Diogo, and that should have been a goal as well. That was just barely off the top bar. And so they're coming, and they're battering down the hatches, and that one just missed as well from Sørensen. Lubick over to Kone. Blondel. Kwon Jun to Han. Or for Demirovic. And he rounds the keeper very, very nicely and ends up winning a corner. Demirovic, I'm not sure how long of an Augsburg future he has, but that was not too bad. But as you can imagine, and you know, you don't have to read my mind too much to understand this, we're probably looking into trying to get players who are a little bit faster, maybe a little bit more skilled than him. Elvis over looking for Blondel, can't find him, and it's Demirovic who tries to head it back in, doesn't quite work. Han down to Mercutio. Blondel, Kwon Jun. Oh man, and I mean Elvis so close there. So Kwon Jun has been okay for somebody who's inconsistent and who has horrible stats. I mean, his other stats are just awful. Han over to Elvis, doesn't work. And we just keep heading it back and forth, and Reese now wins the corner. River Reese, of course, one of the real bright spots in this squad, and I expect great things from him. He's looked very good in the matches he's played so far. Elvis to Han, and that was close. Man, oh man, that was close. Oh, man. Once again, we come so close to getting that one-on-one with the keeper at the very end of it. Just a little bit more speed, and we've got it. And Nielsen's wide open, and I don't know what in the world he's doing. He had all the space in the world. He could have parked a car. So 1-0 Augsburg, and we go to halftime. We have the 1-0 lead, and we've been playing very, very well. And I do think that we can maybe take charge of this match a little bit more. Wandel's going to come out. He's had a real bad match so far. Well, it's like bad or worse. Which one do we want? Manga's going to come in. Manga is the fastest center back that we have, so we'll give him a try. But I don't know. It's been an adventure. Blondel, of course, up there because we got rid of Pekanen. Pekanen's back on the B team. He's really upset with me because I told him that he was not a good player. We're down to 4th. We'd have to get probably 3 more goals to move up to 3rd place. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that. Elvis with this here again. Moves forward. Down to Garnacho. Kwon Jun has the goal. Look at that. First match for Kwon Jun. Kwon Jun was without a club for over 6 years, and we went and got him almost as a meme signing, and he scored a goal here in the Conference League in his first appearance for us. Can you believe that? Kwon Jun, who's an absolute nobody. Has anybody ever heard of this guy? And he scores the goal. He's been out of the game for a long time, and he does it. So our Korean representation is here, and maybe there is something to pace and acceleration after all. Like I said, 14 acceleration, 15 pace. He's declining, but we're going to try to get some goals out of him while he stays up. And that makes me very, very happy. Turns out he's not quite as fast as some of our other defensive midfielders, but it's okay. We can use the extra help. And he was really cheap. He was on a free because nobody had him, and so we just bring him in. Why not? Best thing is he won't go anywhere for the World Cup because they're not going to use him. Mercutio does a really bad job trying to clear that, and it forces Lubick to go over and grab that, and that's a dangerous movement, but he does it. Throws over to Manga. Manga will bring this up. A lot of space in front of him. Garnacho over to Mercutio. Move forward, boys. Forward for Demirovic, and that's just a little bit in front of him. That'll be a corner. So far, so good. Here's the corner from Elvis. Elvis steps back, goes up, fires. And Manga can't quite get a head onto that one, and so it goes over to the other side, and fortunately Silva's fast enough to win that. So the speed does pay off, doesn't it? We've seen speed, and we've seen when it goes well, and we've seen when it goes poorly, and it's been good. Andre Hahn has injured Prest. I'm not sure if that was deliberate or not, and that's the other thing that we're known for. Thuggish play is always something to be admired. Kone goes in the back over to Lubick. Marcuccio, and we'll try this again. Kone here in the very back. Lump forward, Demirovic, Garnacho. Oh, man. Garnacho gets everybody's hearts beating heavy in their chest, but it doesn't quite work, and it's still 2-0 Augsburg. Reese does win this, and boy, I tell you, that's the thing about that speed. You think they were going to have a break every single time the ball goes into midfield. Manga with the save at the end. And see, that's the thing I like to see. We got two guys running at slightly different angles to try to get to that ball just in case one doesn't get it, the other one's there, and it worked that time. And Lubick there with the save. He's actually been playing pretty well, hasn't he? He doesn't have the stats, I'll tell you that. He does not have the attributes, but it's not all about attributes, right? Actually, it is, but whatever. Elvis with the shot, and Elvis's days at Augsburg are also numbered. I mean, I don't see us playing too much with him. Kwon Jun, unlike Elvis, Kwon Jun has a goal, so that's a good thing. And Lubick with the save. Nielsen still having a hard time scoring goals there for Kubenhauen. He's been in good position, though, the whole time, and Lubick, once again, safe hands. So I'm glad that he likes to catch it. I'm glad he doesn't like to punch things out. It'd be nice if he liked to kick it according to the tactic, but that's another issue. And Kone wins this over to Elvis. Elvis does a good job keeping it in. Marcuccio now. Back to Kone. Lumped forward, and Reese can't get to it. Elvis has been sent off. It's a straight red. That's a straight red for him. So we're not going to make any changes. We're just going to keep this the way that it was. We have about, 18 minutes here to kill. That was a straight red for a really bad tackle, and so that gives me another excuse to get rid of him. Like I said, we haven't been playing him that much. I know that he just joined Augsburg at the beginning of this season, but I've never been impressed with him as I've played with this team. And so straight red is all the excuse in the world that I need to say maybe we should look at something else for defensive midfield. That wasn't even a yellow, by the way. He already had a yellow card, but he got a straight red for that one. That was a dangerous tackle from behind. And what is Lubick doing? He's excited. We're fast. We're not that fast. I mean, that would be incredible if we could do that. I'd be all for that, right? You know, just lump the ball down the field and have a fast break every time. But we're not quite like that. About 77 minutes here on the clock, and let's see if we can hold on to this. And there's really not much to see here. I mean, we'll take another look at this and see. There's one of these phantom clear-cut chances because it wasn't really a clear-cut chance. Look at all the guys that we have back. Rooney had a shot, but it wasn't really going to bother anybody from that angle. But that will. Daramy might have been offside. That's probably the only consolation we have here. You can see the players pleading, please, please. And yeah, he was offside. They're taking that away. Take another look at this. Way offside. Look at that. There were two men who were offside. Yeah, it was pretty clear that he was off. So we'll see what we can do. It's the danger zone, of course, because we had a man sent off. Good job by Silva to prevent that from going in and causing a lot more damage than it needed to. Again, still 10 minutes left, and you feel like time has kind of crawled to a standstill. You want to see that clock move a little bit faster. I worry that the batteries are running out in the referee's wristwatch, and that's up and over, thankfully, for us. Let's see if we can get anything happening. Marcuccio with the throw over to Demirovic. Kwon Jun lumps his forward for Reese. I tell you, Reese is my favorite signing, and they don't give him the penalty. I mean, he just slipped and fell on the ball. Marcuccio again, back to Kone. Lumps his forward again, and Reese was offside. He saw that he was, and so we've given up possession again. Marcuccio in the back wins this. Nielsen was offside, apparently. That's another one that I really have to put a big question mark by. We're not going to put Broya in. We want to kind of save him a little bit. Nielsen's not troubling anybody, and we've moved up to 3rd place. As long as we can win this, I think America will lose to PSV. Mercutio here lumps this up and forward, and it's Demirovic, and he almost scores. I think that the keeper got a finger or two onto that. I think that's what stopped it from going in. But what a fortuitous situation there for Demirovic. 5 minutes here of added time. It's been a really ugly match with numerous injuries and all sorts of fun things happening. Han back to Silva. Manga. Mercutio forward. Reese. Pass it. He decides to take a shot instead. There was a man standing right there, right in front of the goal, and the keeper was out of position. So we still need to work on that cohesion. Silva now, and it doesn't quite work, but Kwon Jun has this in the back. Takes a shot, but nothing comes of that, and that is the final shot of the game. 2-0 for Augsburg, and the old man Kwon Jun, the new signing, a very controversial signing, has a 7.1 rating and has a goal. We'll take a look here. I'll show this to you. All right, so there's the inconsistency. I want you to look at this. This is what Kwon Jun looks like, right? This guy scored a goal in a Conference League game. I mean, but look at this. Look at how bad he is in his technical aspects. Long shots of 4, he scored a goal, right? Finishing of 3, right? And this is not against like a really weak team. So that's the thing to sort of keep into consideration. This is a crazy signing, but I signed him anyway, and he scored a goal for us. I'm sorry, he's 35, not 39. But, still 1-star ability, scored a goal. Talk to you later. Bye.